everyone, my name is Chapnikar and welcome back to This in Canada. I hope you are all happy, healthy and fine. In this video, I will share some of the mistakes which I made as an international master's student in Canada. As you guys know, I have done Masters of Engineering from University of Waterloo, and during my studies, I made lots of mistakes which I want to share with you guys so that you don't repeat those mistakes if you are coming to do Masters in Canada. So without any further ado, let's start our video. So the first and the biggest mistake which I did during my master's study was not looking for internship opportunities well in advance. So as you guys know, there are co-op opportunities provided by the universities if you get enrolled in the program which offer co-op with it. But there are many other master's programs which doesn't offer co-op by the universities, but still you can take 1 or 2 terms off between your regular terms and you can find internship opportunities during your off term. So I also took 1 term off during my studies, but I was not aware, or I should say that I didn't put much effort to finding an internship opportunities, because everybody around me used to say that it is impossible to find internship opportunities without any guidance or without any help from universities as a master's student. But it is not true, and you should focus and try to find internship opportunities if your program doesn't offer co-op, because it's very important that you gain some kind of Canadian job experience so that it's easier for you to find full-time job after you get graduated. So if you are coming to do masters and your program doesn't offer co-op, what you can do to find internship opportunities? Firstly, start very early. Start in advance. Since universities are not there to help you as a co-op program, it becomes difficult and it becomes time consuming for you to find internship opportunities. And second, you can find internship opportunities at startup companies, because startup companies are looking for master students and they will not pay you as much as the big tech companies or other big companies, but they will pay you and you will get a lot of experience, especially Canadian experience, as a master student and as a fresh master student who came to Canada. You can take help from the universities to build your LinkedIn profile, to build your resume, cover letters and other documents which are required for the interview process and other And the second mistake which I did as an international master student in Canada is not making quick decision while choosing the course. So your department will provide you list of courses well in the beginning of your term, and you have to get enrolled in those courses and later on attend classes, and then whatever course you want to take and you are comfortable in, you can get enrolled in those courses. So you can choose any number of, and then later on attend classes of those courses and then make your decision. You can drop other courses which you don't like, but you can choose any number of courses. My department also provided me a list, and when I was in India, I can choose my program from India and then attend classes when I came to Canada. So I chose 2 courses and I made decision that I will only take 2 courses in the first term, and when I came to Canada, university gave us time to attend classes and then make our decision. I attended the classes of the courses which I chose, and one course was PhD level. It was very tough, very difficult, but what mistake I did was I didn't drop that course and took another course. I remained stick to that course for more than 1 month. And other students who took that course with me, they knew that it is difficult course and they already left that course and got enrolled in another course. But what I did was, I thought that it's okay, I will be able to do. But after 1 month, I realized that it is very difficult course and I might not be able to do that course. And after 1 month, I was looking for options in other course. But what happened with me was that the course which I chose after 1 month, the midterm for that course was after 1 week of my enrollment. So I got enrolled in that course, I took classes, I liked but after 1 week we had midterm for that course. So I had to rush in 1 week, I have to cover all the coursework so that I can appear and score good grades in my midterm. And here's the thing, if you are coming to do master, don't take your midterm assignments, other projects lightly, because they are very important every marks in every assignment and midterm counts towards your final grade. But thankfully I was able to give midterm and I scored good grades, but it was very stressful, very hectic, and don't do this mistake. If you don't like any course, just drop that course and move towards another course. Don't wait for 1 month or even 2 weeks. Just make your decision within 1 week. And the second suggestion I would like to give to the master student who are coming to Canada is, as soon as your department opens the enrollment process for the courses, take the courses which you like. Don't wait for 1 week or even 1 day, because the courses which are in high demand, many students will take that courses, but seats are limited for those courses. If you are late to get enrolled in those courses, nothing is in the professor hand. Seats are limited. You have to either wait for the next term or you have to take another course. There is no other option, and that seats availability is written with the course description when your department gives you the list. So don't wait to get enrolled in the courses. And the third mistake which I did as a master's student is not fully utilizing job fairs and other on-campus placement opportunities provided by the university. So universities at least twice a year have job fairs, and there are so many companies which comes during job fairs. And also universities bring other companies like the big companies on campus so that students and the recruiters can interact with each other. Students will get to know about the company, they can give their resume, they can talk to recruiter. For my first job fair, I even didn't take enough resume to give to the recruiters, and I wasn't dressed professionally. I just went in jean and shirt, which is so bad, which is very unprofessional. You should not miss any chance at job fair. Their recruiters of big companies are actually looking to recruit students. You should always dress formally, professionally, and take your resume and be prepared well in advance. If you are going to job fairs, be prepared. I know in this time job fairs are not possible, but hopefully situation will get better. When it will get better and you are going to job fair, research about the company, research about the position you should apply in that company. But I didn't know that the job fairs are so serious over here. Every other student was dressed professionally in their coat, blazers and everything, and I was in jeans. And the fourth mistake which I did was I didn't try for teaching assistant job during my master's studies. So if you guys don't know, you can apply for teaching assistant and research assistant with your studies. You can do part-time teaching assistant, which is called TA, with your studies. So you can apply for teaching assistant position. For that course there is application and every information is available on university website. But I never even looked at teaching assistant positions. I don't know why I did that, because from India I had this in mind that we will do part-time at some restaurant, Tim Hortons. Nothing wrong in working as a part-time at Tim Hortons or McDonald's or Subway. But if you can, you should apply to teaching assistant job. Firstly, it pays more than other odd jobs, and second, you will gain experience which will look good on your resume later on when you are finding full-time job. And it's a very good job and you can learn a lot as a TA or research assistant. So don't waste this opportunity. If you get opportunity to become teaching assistant, but you have to actually look for that opportunity. You have to look university websites. And the fifth mistake which I did was during my master's study was not taking undergrad courses when required. So during your master's, your professor will tell you that you might have studied this during your undergrad or your bachelor study, but sometimes it's not you. You might not have even heard about that thing during your bachelor's or undergrad degree. During your master's, if you can, maybe the undergrad courses are free in your universities, like you can get enrolled and take at least a week or 2 weeks of undergrad courses. You should take if you already haven't done. You should ask your professor that you haven't studied that in your bachelor's, which undergrad courses in the university you can take so that you have more knowledge about your topic in the master program. Don't waste your time if you haven't studied that topic in your bachelor's. Either you can self-study, but if you can't, you can actually take some undergrad courses within your universities. I'm not sure that courses are free or not, but if it's free, you you should definitely take. You can talk to your professor, and if your professor is also professor of undergrad studies, they might tell you to just come to the class and you can gain knowledge, and then it will help to build more foundation of your master's program. And the sixth mistake which I did, not researching enough about the courses which you take during your master's program. I'm not saying that I took all the courses which didn't have any value, but definitely I didn't research about few courses which I should have researched more about. So when you take any courses, you should research about the courses, what's the job market, and whether the course you are taking will help you in future to find job or whatever you want to do after your graduation. So research about the courses. Just don't take courses because they are simple, they have few assignments, or they don't have midterm. And the seventh mistake which I did as a master international student is not being confident about my master's degree. When you are graduating for 2-3 months, you don't get full-time job, you start questioning and you become less confident on your master's degree. It happened with me when I was looking for full-time jobs. I was getting interview, but I wasn't getting a final decision. So I waited for 2-3 months, and within that 2-3 months I started realizing that maybe I should apply for the jobs which only requires diploma or undergrad degree. So I started applying for the jobs which doesn't require master's degree. So if they know that I have master's degree, it will be an added bonus and they will hire me. This was my thinking, but you should not do that. You should be confident on your master's degree, and if you have to wait for 2-3 months, it is okay. Don't settle for less. It's very normal. You might land job even before you graduated or within 1 week or 1 month, but there can be chances that you land your full-time job, first full-time job after 2-3 months. But don't lose your confidence. Keep applying where the job requires level of master's degree. If you get a job which only requires bachelor's degree and you take that job, later on it will be difficult for you. You spend so much money in doing master's, and if you settle for a job which doesn't require your qualification, later on it can become difficult and you deserve to get pay for your qualification. If you have done masters, you should get pay of the master's level. You should not get pay for undergrad or diploma level. So keep this thing in mind. Don't lose your confidence over master. And the eighth mistake which I did as an international master student, not going out much and not socializing enough. So when you come to do masters, you have limited time. You need to find job, you have your PR issues and everything. So life becomes so busy, hectic with part-time jobs, and masters you either complete in like 1 year, 16 months, or at most 2 years. So you are always in. But don't do that mistake. You need to go out, socialize with others so you can actually get experience of Canadian culture. If you will not go out, you will not network with other people, and later on it will become obstacle in your goal and in your career advancement. But you have to make time. There were other master students who used to go out on weekends with their colleagues, with other students and everyone. They used to get together, so they made a network, they made a circle, and that's how you get to know about the culture of Canada. You will never know about culture of Canada if you will sit at your home and just study and do other work. And I'm not saying that you should not study, you should not do hard work. That's your priority. Definitely your studies come at the top, but you should take some time to socialize and network with other people so that you know about the culture, about things over here. So that was all for the video. I hope you liked this video. These were the mistakes which I made. I hope you don't make these mistakes, and I hope you all have bright future. I know these times are very difficult, but I hope you will like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down if you have any question, and I will see you in my another video. Till then, take care and bye bye.